Hello everyone, Assalamu alaikum. I'm Shahzad Iqbal, and in this video we are going to explore Odoo Accounting Application. So let's have a look. Let's open Odoo Accounting Application. If you are new to Odoo and you are just starting your database, Odoo guides you to do necessary configurations. Here we see configuration of accounting period. It takes you to the wizard where you can do your necessary configurations. Similarly, we have configuration for bank accounts, taxes, and chart of accounts. So these are some of the basic configurations required to start. Of course, there are also so many other configurations we can see in this menu, and here we can see the any required settings for any features what are relevant to our business. Okay, so next we see the dashboard. Let me hide this one. This dashboard, the first one we see is related to customer invoices, and if we go into detail, there's option to view invoices, credit notes, payment matching, and even you can create the new invoices right from this dashboard. Credit notes, you may upload invoices, and you may go to the reportings right from this dashboard. Invoice analysis, aged receivables, follow-up reports. Similarly, here we see the dashboard of vendor bills. If we need to upload vendor bills or create manually, we can create. And in details, we can see to view the bills, refunds, payment matchings, and there's option to create new ones as well. And in reporting, we can go to the bills analysis and aged payables. Here we can find some more dashboards, including bank, cash, and in bank, if we see, here are options to manage all the banking operations and reconciliations. Similarly, in cash, we can manage all the cash receipt and payments and related operations through this dashboard. There are some other dashboards as well. Next, we go to the menu items and forms. In customers, we go to the invoices. This is a list view of invoices. In invoice, we can see most of the required fields to input the data and information to create an invoice. And here we have different tabs. This tab is for invoice lines, and this tab shows us the related journal entries and some other information we can find in this tab. And you can also send this invoice right from here through email to your customer. There are some other useful tools on Odoo Forms to send messages. So anything, if we need to discuss with someone and send message in context of this form, say this invoice, we can send messages internally or externally. And if need to log any note, we can log the notes under this form related to this invoice. And next tab, we see the activities. If anything next to do on this invoice, to send an email, call, meeting, so we can do the required action, we plan the required action. And on right side, we see to attach any related document with this invoice. And we can also set the followers to get the notifications if any action is performed on this invoice. So these are few interesting tools which we can find on every form in Odoo. On top of form, we can find here the buttons to perform the next actions as part of the workflows. Let's go back to the list of invoices. This is list view, and another view we have, that is Kanban view. In Odoo, when we go to the list of forms, we can have different views, and we have option to filter the invoices and any forms in the view. So these are the filter options, and here we can see so many filters. And if you want to group the given forms, here we can find the options to group these invoices or any forms in the list. And if we want to save any filters, we can save in our favorite as a favorite searches. And there are some more options we see here. Let's check what else is there in this menu. Next is credit notes. These are the similar kind of forms as we have seen the invoices. Then next is payments. Let's check the payments form. When we create a payment, we have these options. If it's an internal transfer, or it's a just send money or receive money, we can select the payment methods. So this is the payment form in Odoo. Next, we can see the follow-up reports. We can set up the automated follow-ups. So based on the payment terms, these follow-ups works accordingly. Next, we can see the products. Let's go to the products. This is the list view, and if we see the Kanban view, we can see the images in Kanban view, and inside the product form we find all the necessary fields to add the information in different tabs. Here we see, and on top of it we can see these smart buttons, and if we click on the smart buttons, it takes us to the information what is displayed in these smart buttons. So these smart buttons we find on most of the Odoo forms, especially on the master forms, to have kind of visibility of all related transactions and information. Next in menu is the customers, and in customers again we can see the fields to input the required data and information. Here are different tabs. Again, the smart button, and in smart buttons, for example, related to this customer, right through the smart buttons we can reach to the related sales orders. Let's go to the next menu, vendors. We can see bills, refunds, payments. These are similar kind of forms what we have seen in customers for invoicing and payments. Here we also have employee expense. If any employee claims the expenses, it reaches to the accounts department, and this is the employee expense form. Next in the list, we can add bank accounts, products, vendors, just like what we have seen in the customer menu. Next is accounting menu, and here we go to the journal entries. Most of the journal entries are created automatically when we create the forms like invoice, vendor bills, or payment forms. Let's open one journal entry form. So here we can see the double entry and other required fields are available. On every Odoo form, through this button, we can display or hide any fields as per the requirements. Next, we can see the general items, then few more features what normally are the part of accounting application. For instance, we can see the budgets. So this is the form to create the budgets. We also have assets to manage the fixed assets and the related depreciation. These are the forms to manage deferred revenue and deferred expenses. And we can also manage the bank reconciliations. Next is the reporting menu, and we can see most of the required financial and accounting reports. For example, this is the balance sheet, and we can see the balance sheet report. These are dynamic reports. We can drill down to the lowest level, and there are so many filters, and also option to add the comparisons in different way what we have over here, and some other filters. In addition to these accounting and financial reports, we also have a dashboard, and in this dashboard we can see the accounting reports. There are different reports available, and even we can configure our own new reports, or we can modify these existing reports. Here we can see the configuration option. Next we go to the configuration, and let me show you the chart of accounts. This is a list of accounts, and we can see the code, account name, type. Any new chart of accounts could be created, or you may import your chart of accounts. Based on the code, the accounts are grouped, and there are multiple levels of the groupings. So we can have the multiple level of chart of accounts as we require. In fact, there are so many things to discuss in configuration. As you can see, we can configure banks, taxes, payment terms, journals, asset models, and so many other things, and analytic accounts. Analytic accounts are used to define our cost centers, to filter our information related to any cost centers, just like departments or projects. And in settings, we can see the different options, and we can enable some more features. So this was a quick demo of Odoo Accounting Application. Hope you find it interesting, and thank you very much for watching this video, and see you in my next videos.